Rebecca, welcome. Thank you for agreeing to share some of your experiences about the School of Supernatural Evangelism. Um, part of the course is that we go through living free material, and which is it's been very powerful for a lot of people. I just wonder if you could share a little bit about the impact it's made in your life.
Yes, no, living free was really good. I wasn't brought up as a Christian. My parents were actually like quite involved in dark magic and like some spiritual stuff, but in a bad way.
Yeah.
When I was 9, my mom took us to church, and even so, it doesn't make.
Just before you go into that, I mean, when you talk about your background, I mean, that actually the extent of it was they even had little kind of figurines in the house that they would leave offerings out for, and
Yes.
I mean, they're quite seriously into it, weren't they?
Yes, they were quite into it. Yes, exactly. So it was quite normal to have like images in our house, to have spirituals moved around. I could see some of it.
Yeah.
It was quite scary sometimes, and we would see a person that would read our hands, and even I was really young, at that age.
Yeah.
And we would do some magic stuff, and this kind of stuff. So it was quite like really deep into dark magic and these things,
Yeah.
spiritual stuff. But then we got into church, and I became a Christian at 9 years old. But even so, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to make the right choices. So like life is difficult anyway. So after that, I always had a few behavior stuff and a few problems that I couldn't understand. But when I was doing the living free courses, it kind of like teach me these strongholds, kind of make me free of fear, of shame, of feeling of inferiority. So it was really powerful because I felt all that weight, that I've been carrying around, all the things that I thought it was part of my life, part of who I am, was changed. I was a completely different person, a person that was what God intended me to be, and I've been carrying all this weight from my past around. So it was really like liberating to a point where now I feel free and light all the time, it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's quite a dramatic change, actually, isn't it?
Yes, it was a dramatic change, yes. Even like my husband can notice, and my parents in Brazil, they can say like, oh my God, fear was a big thing for me, and I can feel alright. I don't freak out about stuff. I just pray to God, and I know that He's in charge.
Yeah. Right, welcome Natasha.
Hello.
Thanks for agreeing to share some of your experiences about the School of Supernatural Evangelism. Part of the course is about living free. Do you want to tell how's that impacted you? What the kind of difference it's made in your life?
It's been amazing. I've really loved having this space every week just to kind of sit down and really think about who I am and my life and what I'm kind of living out and whether it matches up to what God says about my life and who I am, and kind of dealing with all that stuff with Him. That's really been amazing and quite life-changing. And also I feel like that time's been really good, but also I feel like I've got kind of these tools that I'm equipped to go forward with and kind of handle any situation that comes up, whether it's just a kind of bad day or if it's, really big, scary life stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it gives us a lot of material about kingdom life, kingdom living. But significant parts of it we're dealing with strongholds that typically affect quite a lot of us. Can you just share on the one that made the most impact and change in your life?
I think for me it was the rejection stronghold. I just suddenly realised that actually whenever I was kind of faced with a situation or in a relationship where there was kind of room for interpretation, I would always assume that I was being rejected. And it kind of just meant that I was actually quite defensive in a lot of my relationships, that I was very kind of withdrawn. I didn't really like sharing kind of personal things with kind of even my family and my boyfriend. I just found that really hard. And it just affected me in lots of different ways, I kind of realised. And so kind of working through that's been amazing, and it really has made such a change to my whole approach towards my relationships and everything. It's really transformed them, and kind of just having this security in God suddenly means that I'm actually free to love other people and to not be kind of consumed by feeling insecure and kind of worrying about how they feel about me. So it's been amazing.